week on the programme, we head to Halls Cross for the Tipperary GAA Supporters Open 810, plus the semi-finals of the Baggett Racing Irish Puppy Oaks. Then on to Shelbourne Park for the semi-finals of the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes. But first, we visit trainer Keeley McGee at her kennels in County Meath.
On the outside, the track record holder, Shelbourne K, wins the Champions Restaurant. On the final end, it's still number 6, Dustin Fox is led from the early stages. It's 6, Dustin Fox wins it. 6 was beating a pretty on strongly in second, but at the line, a close one, but number 5, Dustin Fox appears to have held on. 4 personnel things, but 6, Shelbourne Becky wins it. As they come up the straight, it's number 5, that's Holborn Major, holding on from Droopy's Armani.
Originally living and training in England, Keeley McGee moved to Newry 4 years ago, but has since set up kennels in Oldcastle in County Meath, where she has enjoyed a lot of success in a short space of time.
We bought this place 2 years ago. We originally see a place in Longford, but the land was no good for building kennels, and we happened to drive past here and see a nice lot of land. There was nothing, just the house, so we had to start from scratch building kennels, and a lot of hard work. With 20 kennels all in all, 10 each side, doubles and singles, the kitchen, treatment and office. We've got the indoor paddocks as well for the bad weather. We've more or less everything. We've just the gallop finished now, last week, so we don't really need to go outside the gate now. We've actually got the facilities all here. We're not even finished yet, we're just taking it. Last year now we was constantly just trying to get the kennels up and running, so we didn't have that many runners. This year now we've had a good year that we can actually do a bit of work. Took me a little while to settle. The life here is completely different to England. I'm used to rushing around and running around and getting everything done early, finishing the dogs early to leave at maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock to go racing. Because obviously you have to kennel at 5:30 in England, and it's so different here. It's more relaxed and you don't have to rush around. You get to the kennelings not till 7 o'clock. It's a lot easier on the dogs, but myself, I did find it hard to settle, but I'm getting there. I'm enjoying it now. I'm liking it. It is better off. For the dogs, if you want to be involved in the dogs, I think Ireland is the only place to be, really. We have a good selection of owners. Some stayed with us when I come from England. Lawrence being our biggest, I suppose, with the amount of dogs he's got with us at the moment. Nick Budmere, he's been with us for as long as I can remember. We've a few new owners since we've moved in here. But obviously last year, where we was not getting out and about racing very much, it was hard, but this year, we've started getting quite a few. The last couple of weeks I've had quite a few phone calls now, but surprisingly, the last couple of weeks is still sinking in. Like the Oaks was fantastic, and then 6 days later, the Longford Derby, it was just wooing. Fantastic. I don't know about to say best week, I think it's the best year so far, and we're only halfway through. So, please God we can keep going for another couple of months now. The Derby's just round the corner. The dogs are running absolutely out their skin. The Queen of Queen herself, Becky. Every race I know we go for with her, she has as good a chance as any. She always is. I don't think she's ever been out the frame, really. Not since we've had her. 4 competitions she's been in. She's won 2 and been second twice. So I knew she would stand a good chance in the Oaks.
As 4 smooth surface leads, but there goes Shelbourne Becky, challenging on the outside into the third bend. Number 4 being passed smooth surface by Shelbourne Becky, who takes it up. Tara Kitten back in third, putting in a big run, but she lost it early on as number 5, Shelbourne Becky, up the straight, going to win it. Shelbourne Becky the winner. Second is 2, Tara Kitten, and third, number 4, smooth surface. The time 28:58.
And Dustin Fox, he went off the boil when I took him to England. I wouldn't say off the boil, but he hit the front of the boxes because they didn't open in time. And he got a few injuries, and after that people were saying, oh, he'll get better every run. I knew he wouldn't. Once he'd hurt himself, I knew he wouldn't break, and it's took him a while since we've been back, and I'm glad now. Semi-finals he won and done the track record in the final on Friday, so he's back in time.
Into the straight, and it's Dustin Fox. He's gone 3 lengths clear of Spyhill Q. Back in third is Blue Majestic, but Dustin Fox is going to run out a very, very good winner here.
They're the 2 stars. We can't forget all the others with Shelbourne K. She's a little star in her own. She's got track records, and she was the fastest first time round 3 or 4 different tracks last year. Just spots and 2 spots off of track records.
Here's 2 Shelbourne K for Keeley McGee with a massive run on the outside. The track record holder, Shelbourne K, wins the Champions Restaurant Dundalk Marathon.
She's running in the marathon on Friday in Harold's Cross. And we've got about 4 or 5, I would say, we'd have going for the Derby, depending how we go over the weekend. Obviously, we have a lot of runners over the weekend, the Champion Stakes and Harold's Cross and Galway and here, there and everywhere over the weekend. We've got Dustin Fox, Philo Moore, who won the consolation of the Longford Derby, and Shelbourne Becky. Them 3 are in the Champion Stakes on Saturday. And please God, all going well, they come out of that, then they'll be heading for the Derby. I think it'll be the following week after then. The Derby's early this year. So we've got a busy month ahead. I enjoy being around the dogs. I love my dogs. I've tried many a times, I'm sure everybody does, have their off days and off weeks and get out of the dog game, and I tried an office job. I lasted 3 days and that was enough for me. Back to the dogs again. And no, I won't need to tell you that I told you so, but so now when you just have off days, just think about the good times and the dogs, and realise that I've tried and it didn't happen. I do love the dogs, and being outdoors all the time, I'm used to it now. I've been outdoors all my life with the dogs, so that's what we enjoy. So they are a full-time job, 7 days a week. You get no rest, but when they pay off, it makes it all worthwhile. It makes it more enjoyable when you have a bit of success. It's took me a week and a half for the Oaks to sink in, so if it was to happen and win a Derby, I think, well, you couldn't say. It would be, there's not many races that Dad hasn't won, but the Irish Derby and the Oaks, we've done the Oaks now, so we're down to the Derby. Please God, I'd love to do it for Dad as well. But it's everybody's dream. That's what we're all in the Greyhounds for, isn't it? The Derby's the one that we all want. We work as a team, myself and Dad. We do everything together, basically. We consult each other on everything. Even when I was in England for the Derby, he'd ring me and I'd ring him, and it is basically teamwork. We do everything together. It is great, obviously. There's not very much he hasn't won. And I've always said if I can do half as good as him, then I'll be doing quite well. We're getting there. I'm getting there, I should say.
One of Keely's first port of calls over the weekend was Harold's Cross, where Shelbourne K was a runner in the Tipperary GA Supporters Open 810. We join Ian Fortune to see how she fared.
1 Liaise with Lisa, 2 Cannavaro, 3 Deputy Lane, 4 Shelbourne K, 5 Sonatina, the red hot favourite, and 6 Bombers going home. This could be a classic. Here up behind Traps, and away they go, and fast in the stride with 6 Bombers going home. Leads to the bend from trap number 2 now. Cannavaro showing good pace into the bend. It's 6 Bombers going home, 2 Cannavaro and 1 Liaise with Lisa round the bend. 6 Bombers going home, takes a hefty wallop, and here comes Deputy Lane. Deputy Lane on the inside of 1 Liaise with Lisa on the outside. 6 Bombers going home, passing the stands, and 6 Bombers going home with number 1 Liaise with Lisa and 3 Deputy Lane. Around the third bend now, it's 3 Deputy Lane with 1 Liaise with Lisa. 6 Bombers going home, not going away. Number 4 Shelbourne K making up big ground back and forth spot, but it's 3 Deputy Lane that leads. 6 Bombers going home, continues to give chase. Then comes 4 Shelbourne K, 5 Sonatina not getting a clear run. Around the final bend is 3 Deputy Lane. 6 Bombers going home and 1 Liaise with Lisa up the home straight. 3 Deputy Lane, 6 Bombers going home, and 3 Deputy Lane digs deep to hold on. Second number 6 Bombers going home, a bit unfortunate, took a bump at the opening corner. Third number 4 Shelbourne K. The winning time, a very fast 45.89. And the result of the Tipperary GA supporters open 8-10. A brilliant performance there by 3. Deputy Lane coming home in front of 6 Bombers going home. Back in third, number 4 Shelbourne K. The winning time 45.89.
Well, we've witnessed another magnificent race over the 8-10 distance, and Deputy Lane coming out on top. A thrilling contest. Kevin Commons, you must be absolutely delighted the way she's come back now from her season.
Absolutely delighted, yes. She ran fantastically well in Dundalk last week, but she was a wee bit short of work with the hard ground, so I was optimistic tonight, hopeful as well.
Now, what's the plan from here, Kevin?
Well, my next plan is probably I'll go to Clonmel. There's 1,015 yards open, advertised at the end of the month, and hopefully I'll go there.
And you're looking towards now, you'll have a fairly long run with her at this stage. Would she be in your mind for the Ted Hegarty Marathon here in Harold's Cross at the end of the year?
It would be uppermost in my mind, yes. Yes, she won it last year, and hopefully I'll defend it. All going well.
Join us for more action from Harold's Cross in part 2. The 3 semi-finals of the Bagot Racing Irish Puppy Oaks was the feature event at Harold's Cross on Friday evening. But it was also a benefit night for the Tipperary GAA supporters. And Michael Fortune caught up with the team's manager, Michael Babs Keating.
Friday night at Harold's Cross, the Tipperary GA Supporters Club turned up in their droves. And of course, when you mentioned GA in Tipperary, a big man in every sense of the word, Babs Keating. Babs, great to see you here back again in Harold's Cross, an old stamping ground.
It is great, Michael, and great the support we've got. The support there is for hurling at the moment is incredible in Tipperary. Like, we had the corporate lunch in Thurles prior to the Munster final, and we had 50 tables and sold out in about an hour. And the same way here tonight. An indication of the support there is for us, Michael. And I hope that these people will be rewarded on Sunday.
It's been your first year back. You've been out of the Tipperary scene for a few years. Are you enjoying it?
I am, Michael, because I've said today in Munster final, and you know my lifestyle, from golf to horse racing, but I can assure you there was no place like Thurles on Munster final day. And I was in Ascot with my son-in-law, and I was in York, and I was in Epsom when he won his 3 derbies, and they were great. But yet there's no atmosphere like Thurles on Munster final day, and I like to think that, it'd be great hope for us if we could get to All Ireland Day. Now it might be all over for us rather quickly, but the cheers, the atmosphere, tis what we're about, Michael.
Some people mightn't realise the son-in-law is one and only Johnny Murtagh. Finally, how's the golf?
Golf is good enough now. I played this morning in Hermitage and enjoyed it. Knocked in a few birdies and getting to like it again.
Great to see you, Babs. One of the great all-time bandits on the golf course. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah.
And it's now time to catch up with the action on the track.
Under away as number 2 out well, Royal Girl. 1 on the inside, Sarah Said So, showing very good early pace. And 1 Sarah Said So takes it up and leads on the bend from 2 Royal Girl chasing on the outside. 4 Wren's Lass on the inside, and then 6 Sing Along Amy. But down the far side it's Sarah Said So being challenged by 4 Wren's Lass up the inside, and Wren's Lass goes through to take it up. But Sarah Said So is challenging again as 4 checks. But off the final bend, 4 kicks again. It's Wren's Lass going on. Number 4 Wren's Lass. 1 Sarah Said So is trying to get back, but 4 the winner, Wren's Lass. Second is number 1 Sarah Said So, and third number 2 Royal Girl. The time 29:33.
Favourite in trap 6, Shawanda. Hair up behind traps and away they go. And 3 Alto Flyer. Bugside Sarah leads to the bend from trap number 6 on the outside. That is Shawanda, but around the bend it's trap number 3, Bugside Sarah. From 6 Shawanda. In third, number 1 Kitty the Fox. Down the far side in 3, Bugside Sarah. Now been tackled by number 6 Shawanda, who goes to the front. Here comes trap 1 Kitty the Fox on the inside. Into the third bend. They're all neck and neck. 1 Kitty the Fox challenging with number 6 Shawanda. Here comes 5 Air Rabble, and Air Rabble running on strongly is going to land the spoils. Number 5 Air Rabble, a strong running lady, goes on to score. Second, close between 1 Kitty the Fox and 2 Currans Park. The winning time 29:13. Hair up behind the boxes now, and away they go. And 5 Pretty Caroline off to a flying start. Number 6 Alexandrova going well, but here comes 1 Miss Firecracker into the bend. It's 5 Pretty Caroline, 1 Miss Firecracker moving strongly in the inside and takes control. Miss Firecracker, but now number 6 Alexandrova moves second on the outside and moving with menace. Then comes 5 Pretty Caroline into the third bend. 1 Miss Firecracker, but hits 6 now. Alexandrova hits the front from 1 Miss Firecracker. Back in third, number 5 Pretty Caroline, but 6 Alexandrova, the favourite, is going on to land the spoils here in the third semi-final of the Puppy Oaks. Running on well, and second was number 5 Pretty Caroline. Third, 1 Miss Firecracker, but no doubt about the winner, 6 Alexandrova in 28.85.
Well, there were a few real upsets there in the semi-finals of the Puppy Oaks, and the draw for next Friday's final: in 1 Sarah Said So, 2 Kitty the Fox, 3 Alexandrova, 4 Pretty Caroline, 5 Ren's Lass, and in 6 Air Avro. The favourite is sure to be number 3 Alexandrova, but the dangers are on her inside between 1 Sarah Said So and 2 Kitty the Fox.
The Boyle Sports Champion Stakes got underway at Shelbourne Park last Saturday night. The first 2 dogs across the line in each of the 3 heats qualified for the final next weekend. With a winner's purse of €40,000 and a direct entry into the first round of the Derby for each of the finalists, the competition was hot.
The first semi-final of the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes: in 1 Ravenswood Ross, 2 Tara Kitten, 3 Droopys Wells, 4 Geneva Captain, 5 Blackstone Gold, and 6 Shelbourne Becky. 3 to 1 the field. Here's the hare. They're away, and 2 is out well, but stumbles. Tara Kitten, and it's 3 Droopys Wells and 4 Geneva Captain up to the bend. Geneva Captain number 4, but on the inside Droopys Wells number 3 leads. In third is number 2 Tara Kitten, on the outside 5 Blackstone Gold, but down the far side it's 3 leading. That's Droopys Wells from 4 Geneva Captain. 6 Shelbourne Becky is flying in third, and then just in behind Towell there's a bit of a pile up on the third bend. There's number 3 Droopys Wells leads for home from 4 Geneva Captain in second. 1 is running on Ravenswood Ross, but it's number 3 Droopys Wells the winner. Second is 1 Ravenswood Ross, close for third, the time 30:20. The result of the first semi-final of the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes: the winner, number 3 Droopys Wells, owned by Adrian Kelly, trained by Pat Buckley. Second, number 1 Ravenswood Ross, and third, number 5 Blackstone Gold, the time 30:20.
Well, Pat, it's been that sort of year, but you know, you've got a great team together. But Droopys Wells, he's a great little dog for you.
He's a very good young dog, yeah. He ran fierce well one here. He won a couple of good races. Then he ran against Yemen. Yemen beat him 3.5 lengths. That was a great run of this pup, because Yemen was the best in the country at the time. He's very good, yeah. He's an improving sort. Progressing along nicely. I gave him 6 weeks off now. I gave him a race last week. Didn't show his usual zip. Ran well tonight. Very happy with him. He's a big, tall, raky dog. Come and gets better with every run. So hope for the best. Hopefully.
The second semi-final of the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes: in 1 West Tip, 2 Distance Sparky, 3 Droopys Toby, 4 Large Mac, 5 Tired Ted, and 6 Skywalker Magic. Hair behind the box. Away to go, this pretty level start. 2 is out well, Distance Sparky. 1 West Tip is left in traps as 2 Distance Sparky leads in the bend with 3 Droopys Toby, and Droopys Toby shows in front on the corner from 4 Large Mac challenging on the outside. Then comes 6 Skywalker Magic. Tired Head is beginning his run as ahead into the third bend, and 4 Large Mac shows just in front of 3 Droopys Toby. Here comes Tired Head, moves into second and gets after number 4 Large Mac, but turning for home it's Large Mac out front. Number 4 Tired Head giving chase, coming to line. Large Mac number 4 the winner. Second is 5 Tired Ted. It's close for third between 2 and 3. The time 30:19. The result of the second semi-final of the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes: the winner, number 4 Large Mac, won by the I'm a Dog Syndicate, trained by Liam Butler. Second, number 5 Tired Ted, and third, number 3 Droopys Toby. The time 30:19.
Well, Liam, you've known from the very start that Large Mac was a real greyhound. I remember he did a huge run in his debut, but now he's a finalist in the Champion Stakes, and there with a fighting chance.
I say second classic of the year, and sure, when he won his first race, the syndicate were offered big money for him, you know, and they turned it down. And sure, now he's in the Champion Stakes. They've done the right thing. I said a month ago he broke the track record, and then he scored. He knocked 4 lengths off it. So we brought him back up here then to try and keep him in his own age group, and he won the Razzle Dazzle Pearl 550. So he got automatic entry into the Champion Stakes, and there tonight now he's after winning and a bit of luck in the final.
But this is it. It doesn't really matter what trap draw he gets, but where would you be hoping for?
Well, sure, anywhere around 4 or 5. We put the wide side on him this week because he's a little bit slow if anything. And we thought if he ran around the outside, he might get a little bit of a run. He used to be getting trouble on the inside, you know. So if 4 or 5 will do.
The third semi-final in 1 Tower Paddy, 2 Droopy Stacey, 3 in the Sack Jack, 4 Good Dog Jack, 5 Mini Old Zeus and 6 Dustin Fox. The favourites in 5, the hare now behind the box. They're away and the favourite misses it completely and 2 Droopy Stacey leads up. And on the inside 1 Tower Paddy in a perfect position and Tower Paddy sprints to the front on the corner. Runs wide and is clipped from behind and it's 4 Good Dog Jack now goes clear down the far side from 1 Tower Paddy, 6 on the outside Dustin Fox. Third bend and it's number 4 Good Dog Jack from 1 Tower Paddy, 6 Dustin Fox is third, but up the straight and Good Dog Jack in front, but 1 Tower Paddy is challenging again as they come towards the line. 4 Good Dog Jack, 1 Tower Paddy, number 4 Good Dog Jack from 1 Tower Paddy and 6 Dustin Fox is third. An eventful race, the time 30:04. The result of the third semi-final of the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes. The winner, number 4 Good Dog Jack, owned by Adrian Kelly and Willie Moles, trained by Pat Buckley. Second, number 1 Tower Paddy, and third, number 6 Dustin Fox. The time 30:04.
Pat, Droopys Wells already there. Good Dog Jack. It's a case of good man Pat. You got 2 in the final.
Yeah, he's a very good dog. Only half a month. Did great trials for me. He's coming into great form. He's a dog that run tonight will bring on a lot now. He didn't think he was sharp, but the traps are sharp going up, but he's a very good early pace dog. He'd have a chance. He'd be better. He'd be a good bit better next week, hopefully. I personally think he'd be a dog that'll hit the front early because he's got the blind in early. He didn't show it tonight, but he has it, like he will show it.
And they're about to make the trap. Is there anywhere you want to be?
Trap 4 with Droopy as well as trap 6 with Good Dog Jack would be ideal.
The scene set for a very exciting final of the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes next Saturday night at Shelbourne. The trap draw in 1 Ravenswood Ross, 2 Tower Paddy, 3 Large Mac, 4 Droopys Wells, 5 Good Dog Jack and in 6 Tower Ted.
A great final to look forward to next week. Actually, last week we saw Droopys Electric winning the Boyle Sports International. He wasn't here tonight, but now tonight Dermot Keelan of Boyle Sports, we know why. Pat Buckley, 2 winners tonight.
One very impressive dog, I thought. Good Dog Mac, be 11-4, second favourite from trap 5 for the final. We've got Tiger Ted at 5-2 marginal favourite at 5-2. Tiger Paddy, which I thought ran well from trap 1, a 7-2 shot. We had 9-2 Droopys Wells in 4, 11-2 Large Mac in 3, and 20-1 Ravenswood Ross in trap 1.
It really is a high quality entry, but as we said, Pat Buckley with 2 runners, and it seems he can't do any wrong at the moment.
Tonight I was very impressed with Good Dog Mac. It was by far the fastest time of the 3 semi-finals, 30:02. He led from start to finish. He's going to be a hard dog to beat in the final. I just respect Tyler Ted's history, coming back to 2 solo trials, and he maybe tonight to bring him on and he'll be a bit sharper then again for the final. Should be a really, really good open betting race and should be a good final.
Well, there you have it. Good Dog Jack, a hugely impressive winner tonight, but we've seen 6 wonderful performances, both in victory and defeat. I personally can't wait for the final. Join us next week on Greyhound View.
Along with all the action from the final of the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes, next week we'll also have the finals of the Baggage Racing Irish Puppy Oaks from Harles Cross, the Ger County winner of 3-5-7-5 from Newbridge, plus the semi-finals of the Tipperary Cup from Thurles.
For a complete fixtures list and more information, log on to the Irish Greyhound website at www.igb.ie.